Yeah, we are on YouTube. So, good afternoon, YouTube. We are here for another English version. The topic of today is a little different kind of topic and questions because we are discuss about what you think specifically about this phrase that we are going to discuss here. So that's the main point of the topic. But before that, I would like to explain a little bit about the platform for you that are saying that are watching us on YouTube. So you are understand how this kind of immersion and how Talk and Talk works. So in a general way, Talk and Talk it's a conversation platform for beginner, intermediate, or advanced speakers. And these kind of conversation that are here are for all levels. So that's not so important your level in the language for participate here. And the main point that's not a regular class. I'm not an English teacher or a language teacher at all, but you will learn by practice in a real environment here. So the idea is develop your fluency and your confidence mainly as an English speaker in this case. So that's the main point here on Talk and Talk and on these kind of immersions. And besides English, we have here a lot of language like Spanish, French, Italian, uh, German, and Mandarin, I guess. So we have a lot of other language here, and you can see that on the Talk and Talk website. Okay, so that's the main idea about the platform. So let's start with the presentations, and after that with the questions. Let me start. My name is Warley. I'm 25. I work with IT as a front-end developer. I live in Recife, Pernambuco, and I'm also a English and Spanish host here on Talk and Talk. And I have started in 2022. I have started with Spanish as a Spanish host, and nowadays I'm focused more on develop my English skills. So that's the general idea about me. Okay. So, Erica, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, I'm Erika. I HR specialist. I live in Argentina, in Cordoba. I studied English 13 years ago. I lived abroad, but I never worked with my English, so I forgot a lot. Now I'm looking forward I'm looking forward on a position in USA. So I have to improve my English and talk every single day. And because of this, I'm here because I have to remember everything that I forgot in 12 or 13 years. This is it.
Very nice, very nice. In some cases, a little bit difficult to speak in English and Spanish and change both, right? So
Uh,
it's confusing, right?
yeah, Spanish is my life now. It's my comfort zone. And when I switch for Spanish. I don't like it because I feel that it sounds like our arrogance. I don't know how to say, but it's not. It's just how my brain works. I've lived here almost 2 years. It's my life, and I don't know why I don't switch for Portuguese to Portuguese. I don't know how to explain. And I have to speak English every single day now because all my interviews is in English. I have one this afternoon, two tomorrow, and I switch all the time. But the gringos love it because they don't speak another language, so they don't care. I care. It's
Exactly.
really hard speaking to switch to another idiom in 1 minute, and you know how.
Yeah, exactly. I really feel you because as I said, I have started with Spanish here on Talk and Talk, and I think I one month or 3 weeks ago, I stopped to do Spanish immersions as a host, and it's hard to try to speak all the time in English for me, and sometimes I'm thinking in Spanish because I have more knowledge in this language, and actually I have lived in Argentina in 2015 on a student exchange, so I have more contact with Spanish in a general way. So it's kind of hard to change and switch between both language than trying to speak in English all the time. So because of that, I stopped to do Spanish immersion, for example, and I'm now focus more on English. But yeah, it's a good experience. Actually, sometimes we do here kind of immersion that use both language. So we switch on the answers between Spanish and English. So that's a interesting point. I recommend you to participate. So
I will.
in this way.
I will. Thank
Nice. Very nice. And how about you, Larissa? What can you introduce yourself, please?
Hey guys, I'm Larissa, I have 30 years old. I'm from Rio de Janeiro, but I'm living in Florianópolis for 2 years. And I always have the contact with the language, with English, because in Rio is so much easy to meet people from another countries. But since I have my daughter has now 6 years old. I don't have the opportunity to practice anymore, and I never go out to Brazil. So now I am study product design, and I want to travel for another countries and maybe get a job in these other places. So I'm here to practice with some guys because I'm always at home, so I don't have the opportunity to meet people in the real life. So I think it's this. Nice to meet you.
Brilliant. Thank you, Larissa. So that's I think you are on the right place. We are here just to practice language and a lot of language. So it's a safe place actually. So that's nice. Okay, so let's go to the question number one. As I said before, it's not a general topic that we generally use here. So is we don't have questions specifically in this topic, but we are discuss about the phrase. What do you think about the phrase, and if you agree, for example, with this phrase? Okay. So the phrase number one is today is not always. So I would like to ask you what do you think about this phrase, if you agree with that, and what you understand about this phrase. In a general way, what you think about this phrase, okay? So I start with you, Larissa. What do you think?
Today is not always. For me, it means like what happens today with you will not have happening in the other days, I think. It's just living now, but don't be with anxiety about this thing that happened to you today, because every day is another day. I think for me is this.
Exactly. And do you agree with that? What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Yes, of course.
Nice, nice. I think that's the actually let me know about Erica, and after that I will explain a little bit about the idea of the phrase and uh how these came up. Okay. And so Erica, what do you think?
I love it, this phrase, because it's what I think about the life. Nothing is nothing will be forever. So these days, I always say one day at a time, because I want to just live this day and focus on this day, what will happen this day, to control my anxiety. This phrase is not today is not always. It's a nice remember about it's good, it will pass. It's bad, we will pass, because it's not always everything change all the time. This is life, and it's a little bit comfort. It's like bring me to a comfort place, say these things, think these things, remember every day these things, because I'm super anxious today, and I don't feel that I want to see everybody, see my friends, talk to another persons. I don't feel like I want to be here talking with you guys, because I'm really excited. But I have this think about it. I have this thing inside of me. Today is not always. So follow your routine. do everything you have to do. Just follow your routine. It is will pass. So I just love it. Because this I laughed because was the first thing I saw, I read, and today is not always super. Tomorrow will be better or worse, but different. This is a like motivating thing for me. To me, I hate prepositions, two or four. So if you can remember, I know it's two, it's four, help me a lot. I know you're not supposed to correct, but I give you permission.
Okay, actually, I also hate this kind of adverbs, prepositions, all this idea, but yeah, we try the best. So, actually, it's perfect. Is this exactly the idea of this phrase that you both said? Actually, I have seen this phrase I don't know, some months ago, that a guy from Uruguay that he talked about this, and actually the phrase is in Spanish, but actually I have translate to this immersion, but the original phrase is in Spanish, so it's like hoy no es siempre. So the idea of this is exactly that the guy said about, well, sometimes we have a lot of problems and we have a lot of difficult times and we have bad days, you know, we all have bad days. So it's kind of complicated to deal with that, to deal with anxiety, for example, to deal with a problem that we have. But in a long run or in a lot of days, it will just solve, or you can solve that, you will solve that. And the main idea that's this moment that you are here and the problem that you have right now is not forever, you know, it's like today is not always, so this problem will not persist for always. So that's the point. I think sometimes we focus a lot on a problem. We focus a lot on a bad day that we have, and we like think that the problem and the moment and the bad moment that we have is always, and it's not always. It's just a bad day, it's just a problem. We can I forgot the word about superar in English. Can
Get
you
over it.
get over? Yeah, I think so. So that's the idea. The main idea it's about today is not always, so you can improve a lot of things and you can pass for that. Okay, so that's the point. Okay, let's go to the question. Actually, I'm thinking in Spanish right now because I said the phrase in Spanish, so it's confusing for me, but let's go to the question number two. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. I think it's a common phrase that we have in Portuguese, for example. Maybe you already listen that. So what do you think about that? And do you agree with that? Do you understand about that? Eric, what do you think?
I don't think that I completely agree because not everything that I want in my life I fear. Sometimes I just have to study a little bit or and link with another thing or make a project, a personal project to achieve something. I don't feel fear all the time. I feel about like the things that I want. So to me, these phrases don't make sense. Sometimes, okay, I wanna live abroad, but I fear. It's really personal. But usually, if I have fear, I don't feel that I want something that I don't want to feel this. So of course, fear is not uncomfortable. People say this a lot with this sensation of fear. It's get out of your comfort zone. No, comfort zone is a thing. Comfort is a not comfort is a thing. Fear is another thing, super different. So I don't agree totally with this phrase. To me, it doesn't make super sense.
Nice point. And what about you, Lace?
Yeah, I think Erica goes in the deeper meaning of the phrase. But if you just if I just read the phrase, I think, yeah, it's not everything that we have fear, but I think sometimes fear is an obstacle in the people's life. And I don't know, it's something to think about it, because Erica just told me these things that I have to think now. And I agree with her, but if I just read the phrase, uh, I say, yeah, I
Makes
have fear.
sense.
Yeah, makes sense, right? So some things in my life I really want to do, but I have fear for some reason, Maybe I am not prepared the time, but today I understand that I have to do the things that I want for myself, not for the others. So it's a learning.
Nice. And let me ask you a question. For example, have you ever stopped doing something because of fear, for example? Like, I don't know, speaking English or to something?
Yeah, I think yes, maybe. Um, Today, I think some things that I do easily when I was younger, today is more difficult, I have some fears because I have a daughter and I'm a kind of nomad person, and always was easy to move. Today, I have some things that I don't want to go to some places because I don't know, I have fear that something will happen with my daughter or with me. And, I think with time, we have these new fears, and some things is just difficult to do. But yeah.
Nice. For me, first of all, I think actually I think no, I don't agree with the everything word. I don't think that everything you want is on the other side of fear. So I think it's a little bit how can I say that? It's like a superlative thing, you know. So I don't agree with that specifically about everything. But I agree in some ways because I think in some cases we like mix the point of comfort zone and fear, you know. So I think in some cases we have a fear about a thing that we are going to out of our comfort zone, you know. So in this case, I agree with this phrase. For example, I have studied English for a long time, and I have focused on just grammar, vocabulary, and studied the language all the time. And I wasn't speaking the language, so I didn't have conversations, so I wasn't practice my listening and speaking skills. So because of that, I actually it was because I had fear of making mistakes when I'm speaking, you know. Actually, nowadays I make a lot of mistakes speaking English and I have a lot of room to improve. But if I compare now with my speaking skills in March of this year, for example, it was a really great evolution, you know. So I think in this point it's true. You can like you have a thing, an important thing in the other side of this fear that you have for I don't know, make mistakes or be judged for someone, all this idea, you know. So in this point I agree, but on the point of everything you want, I disagree. I don't think everything exactly that you want is on the other side of fear. So yeah, that's the idea. Let's go to the question number three. Actually, not the question, the phrase number three. And actually, it's a good one. I like this phrase. So, life is a constant oscillation between the desire to have and the boredom of possessing. What do you think, Laís, about that?
Between the desire to have and the boredom. What is boredom? Sorry.
Tédio. It's like tédio in Portuguese. No? Tédio.
See?
Yeah.
If you can, I can translate the all the phrase. Or do you got it?
No, I'm thinking about it.
Okay. No problem. No problem.
Yeah, today I think it is. People are always thinking about to have something and not to be here and be what I am, you know. But yes, this is something that I think is really bad, you know. This oscillation exists, of course, but I think is when we are not connected with ourselves, you know, with who we really are and what is the purpose of our lives, you know. I think when I have this anxiety about life is because I am not living the better life that I want to myself, that I really believe, you know. So yeah, this oscillation exists and we have to think why I'm living like this. And it will be better if you think more, if you listen your body, your feelings, and looking for your purpose, you know. For me, it's
Nice. I think we can also think about that related to material things, you know. I don't know. Have you ever want something, for example, and after you got this, you like lost the desire that you had before to buy something, for example? Have you
yeah.
have you do that?
Sometimes I buy something that I want so more, you know, and when I have it, it's just a thing, you know. Oh, okay, looks great now, my kitchen. But I want to move to another country, so whatever.
Exactly the point. And why do you think this happens with us? I think it happens with a lot of people.
It's for me.
Yeah, yeah.
It's because what I say, we are not connected with each other, with ourselves in our interior, you know. We are always looking for something which is not us. Is in, I don't know how to say, está no exterior, you know. So we have to stop to doing some things like everybody is doing. These days, I was thinking everybody looks the same nowadays, you know. Everybody wants the same stuffs for their homes, the same clothes. We don't see much more personality in people, you know. So I think is this, you have to stop doing what you are doing and think in who you are, what you want for your life, what is your purpose. For me, it's this.
Great, great. Great points. And how about you, Eric? What do you think about this?
Well, I think you can see from two different perspectives. And first time I saw like this is life. It's about evolution. Do you want something? Or kind of I don't know how to say it. The difference. I think I want to buy this computer, or a circumstance like I want to go to another country. They are different. So I think this is part of evolution. It is a good thing because you're always looking for improve more or make better or have a safer life. I don't know. This is good. But if you are talking about capitalism, this is a bad thing because we are addicted and dopamine. It's have everything and buy everything. It's just literally a response. We are looking for dopamine, not things. So the sensation, it's after it's super, it goes really, really fast and we get bored. So of course, I was once 5 years ago, I have this dream and live in Cordoba, Argentina. Okay, I live, but I'm not bored. Now it's not wow, a big deal. Now I just okay, but I'm not bored. I'm happy. So, but I have to the phrase that I wanted, I really wanted after, okay, I'm okay now, but not bored. So I have you can go super deeper, I don't know how to say. You can go deeper in this topic because to me it's two things completely different about have something and personal goals that wishing you achieve.
Actually, it's a nice point to understand this difference because I totally agree with you. I think we can think about this material point of capitalism and all the things that we always want to buy and all this stuff. And I think people focus a lot on that, on buy material things and focus on that. And yeah, in some cases, it's important to have this desire to buy something that you want, that is important for you. I agree. But I think sometimes we focus so much on that, we focus a lot on buy something, and maybe you don't actually need that. So I think it's important. It's important, like Larissa said, to understand what's important for you in this point of buying things. But in the point of experience or life changes or all this idea, I think it's also important to understand exactly if it's for you, maybe we think about, I don't know, I want to live in another country. I want to move, but maybe it's just a desire that you see on Instagram or social media, or a desire that you have just for, I don't know, to comparison with the others. So I think it's important to really understand if it's exactly what you want. And also in the both cases, actually, I think it's important to be grateful about what you have and what you achieve, because I think we just focus a lot on perceive some points and buy something and move, and I don't know, to have life experience. But when we achieve that, we don't be grateful for this achievement. So I think it's important to be grateful for the things that you have on your life, and remember that before you wanted that. You wanted to, I don't know, to live in Cordoba, for example, or you want to buy something important for you. So it's a nice point. Uh, but actually, Erica, let me ask you a question if I can. Why did you have this dream of uh I forgot the word, to live in Cordoba specifically?
Uh, I, 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 every day a Cordobese ask me this. Every single day I have this question. Okay, I travel a lot because I work in a cruise ship, and I know a lot of countries, and I never feel this way. Like I want to live here. I never felt this way. I want to live in this place. I just, wow, nice, but I didn't feel it. 5 years ago, I studied Spanish. I hate studying language, so I know that I have to go to another country to learn, because I can't learn in another way because I really hate studying languages. And I came here to Cordoba to study and practice for a month. I was in a school and I spent all my day here alone, exploring the city. And I love it, the culture, Cordobesa, no Argentina. I love it, the energy of community. I love it, the mountains, the city. It's beautiful. It's a university city, the first university of Argentina is here. So we have a lot of young life, but a lot of nature. I was like, I want to live here one day, but I didn't know when. I have no plans. I was just think about this for 4 years, and so I'm in love with the community. It's the same energy that Baianos in Brazil, the same energy, the same humor. The city is beautiful. So if I worked remotely, I was thinking, why not? Because I just think of this, why not? I lived abroad before and I didn't like, I just came back to Brazil. Now I don't want to come back to Brazil. So because this, I know a lot of Argentina. I don't think I would live in another place. I love Buenos Aires. It's beautiful, but I don't feel that I want to live here. I feel this in Cordoba. So there's nothing to do with boyfriend, work, money, nothing. It's a super personal choice. And I came with my yellow Brazilian dog because I really want to stay. I was manifesting. I want to stay. I want to stay. And that's why.
Very great. Thank you for sharing that. And I really understand you. I went to Cordoba 3 times, I guess, when I was in Argentina. Actually, I lived on El 14. It's really small city in Cordoba. But I went in Cordoba 3 times, I guess, and it's nice. I think actually I just went to Buenos Aires 1 time, I think, but Cordoba it's nice. As you said, it's a really nice city. The people, the accent, the Spanish accent of Cordoba, it's nice. It's the best. So yeah, I totally agree with you. I love Argentina in a general way, but Cordoba, it's really nice. So, okay, let's go to the question number 4. It's a really coach phrase, I guess, but let's discuss about that. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day after day. What do you think about this, Eric?
It's true. I know it sounds like a coach, but it's true because routine is everything. Routine to lose weight, routine to study English, routine to study, to work. Routine is every single day. I'm really attached. I don't know how to say apegada. I don't know how to say English. Como I'm really apegada in my routine because I know this saved me. For example, every single day I had to go out for 20 minutes to take sun without sunscreen because I know this will improve my vitamin D and this will help me with a better mood. If I don't do this 10 days, I will be like, and I know it's so simple. So go to the gym every single day. I hate it, but I go because when I left the gym, I felt better. A lot of hormones is working in a good way. So I think a routine is repeat every single thing that is important for your health, to your work and your improvement, personal improvement. It's a really, really important thing. So I heard, I don't know, because I saw and I heard podcasts on YouTube. A lot of podcasts with personal trainers, and they repeat this every single day. Routine, 7 days a week. It's not 4 days, 3 days. We will make in 3-4 months your life change. You said this now about your English, and March was in a point, now is another point because you have a routine of study and immersion and talk about it. This is really important to me. So I completely agree with this phrase, coaching phrase. I know coaches are a bad thing in Brazil. Outside of Brazil, it's a good thing. It's not like we don't think about Pablo Marçal. You think about improving mindfulness, meditation, emotional intelligence. So it's a good thing here.
Yeah, exactly. I think coach is like cliche, you know. A cliche is a cliche because it works. So I think that's the main point. And actually, the problem of coach, I think, is their fans. You know, it's not exactly the coach and the point that they share and that they explain. I think this point of just I don't know I really utopia that they think. I think that's about this idea, but actually the concept of coach is important. I agree with that. And how about you, Larissa? What do you think?
I agree with this phrase. But the thing is, for me, it's very difficult to get a routine, you know. I don't like routines. I really don't. It's something that is me, you know. I like to do different things in my work. And so I study a lot of different things because of it. Because I don't like to study every day the same thing. It's boring to me. So I divide my time. I have a routine, but it's different. I don't repeat the same thing every day, you know? Sorry. But I learned that for me works more like this. I do a thing, you know, just study English in 2 days of the week, and I study design in the other 2 days of the week. And sometimes I'm not in the mood of reading or watching videos, so I study something that's more like drawing, you know. So I think my routine is something that works for me, but I really don't like to repeat things day after day. I believe that this is a way more faster for success, but maybe I am not, I don't know how to say, eu não estou com pressa, you know?
Hurry, I think.
I want to do things in my time, you know, and I respect my body. If I'm feeling good to read or watching something or speaking with you guys. So if I try to came here and talk more days to speak with people, but I think it was not good for me because I don't want it to talk, you know. And I think I am not learning nothing when I don't want to stay here. So today is a good day for me. I'm here, I'm listening you guys. My mind is on you, you know. So for me works differently, but I think the phrase is right.
Nice, nice. I agree with you both on the point of routine. I think it's pretty important. Actually, it's personally the point of what you need to do specifically and each day and every day. But I think it's important to have this like routine or this focus on something because you are just learn something and develop something and improve in something when you have this kind of consistency, you know. So for me in English, for example, it's exactly that. When I have started to participate on conversations here in like March, I have decided to focus and study English every day if I can. So it's important to have this consistency. It's not like, well, I'm studying English 8 hours a day, all the day I study English. But it's important, like 30 minutes, an hour, for example, just to participate in, I don't know, 3 times a week on immersion, for example, and all this idea, it's important to get better. It's important. You are just develop and get better in something and develop yourself if you do that in a consistent way. So I really think that's important. But okay, it's not mandatory, and it's okay if you can do that all the days and every and each day. But it's important to try to be consistent. But okay, let's go to the question number 5. Uh, the only way to do great work is to love what you do. It's a really good one. This phrase, I want to know your opinion about that. What do you think, Larissa?
I don't agree with this phrase because I work with things that I don't like it. And I do a great work because I think I like to do the things that I am doing great for helping people. And, because it's my work, I have to do my better work. And the other people eles não têm culpa if I don't love this job, for example, so I have to do my part and do great. So I don't agree with this phrase. I don't.
Amazing. And how about you, Eric?
I totally disagree because I'm adult. So I have to do things that I don't like it, and I have to do very, very well because I have to survive. So actually, I love my job today. I like what I do, but I don't like everything that I do. And I have to make everything equally. I once do things that I don't like. I hate hunter. I hate interviews. I hate recruitment. I want to do this thing with a bad mood, or because this is my name, is my personal brand. So the life can be better if you love every single day that you do, every single thing that you do. I don't believe that even the CEO of Google do everything that he love it in his job. But life can be easier, be happier, but you can this word. The only way to be great is not just do what you love. You have to be great because we are adult. If you don't have to, you don't want to, okay. The consequences, it's yours. It's not mine. So I disagree.
Amazing. Actually, I totally agree with you both. I think this phrase is just a utopia. I think maybe some people can do something that they love, and as you said, it would be nice for him, for her. So I think it's easy when you do something that you really like or something that you love. But you can do a great work or do good work if you are not in love about what you do. As you said, we are an adult and we need to do that. So it would be nice if you actually, I think it's important that you like what you do. It's not love, it's different, like and love. So I think it's important to, I don't know, to feel this idea of like something and it to be comfortable with something in this point specifically about what you do. But Lovey, I disagree a lot. I don't think we just do a great work when you love something. So yeah, I really disagree too. But okay, let's go to the question actually to the phrase number 6. Failure is the opportunity to start again with more intelligence. What do you think about that, Eric?
It's kind of true because I think this right now, but it was a point of my life I didn't think like that because I work in startups, almost 6 years in startups. So I saw a lot of bad ideas or a lot of good ideas, better, good ideas that didn't work. Okay, and okay, didn't work. Okay, you can improve it like this, you can change this, but you didn't see like failure, like wow, we failure, we are bad. No, okay, this didn't work. Nice. Now you know don't work. What we you can try new thing. So I believe once I saw a Portuguese phrase, but I don't remember so well. It's like before somebody invented the light, he failure like 99 times, but you don't talk about the failure, just the one good perfect idea that works, but before failure a lot. So I think this is a true. You just have to improve how you see the failure, because you always see like a really bad thing, a bad, super bad thing, and we our moods change because of this. And no, it's I don't think you have to put so many energy and something that didn't work. Just don't work now. You know now, don't work. Try another thing. So I agree.
I think we focus a lot on failures. Actually, on the and sometimes we focus a lot on failures, and sometimes we focus just on the good points. You know, for example, in social media, we just share the good points in a general way. So we don't talk about the bad days and the failures and all this stuff. So I think it's like a normal thing, and yeah, it's important to think about that. And in a general way, I think you need to not failure exactly, but make mistakes and improve and learn and all these points. So it's important. It's really important. And how about you, Larissa? What do you think?
I agree with you guys. And I think for people who works in the creativity area, we have to fail every time, you know. It's just something normal. And I have to learn to fail because it exists this culture to not to fail. Fail is wrong, is a bad thing. And I try to be better in this, even with my daughter, because sometimes I see that she has this frustration about the mistakes. You know, I think it's something that children have. I don't know, but she cries. She does a lot of things that I don't want to make mistakes. I don't want to lose. I don't want to, you know. And I tried said to her, that's okay. Everybody fail, everybody, nobody's perfect, you know. And I am a creative person, so I need get wrong in many things for to get better, you know. So yeah, I agree with you guys.
Yeah, I think in this kind of area, like a creativity point, creativity area, or in technology, for example, I think it's common and it's important to do something wrong and make mistakes and learn with that and develop a better solution. You know, so yeah, I think it's really important for a lot of areas. I think it's important. Okay, I think we have time for maybe two questions or one. So let me jump to the question number, actually to the phrase number 9. Silence is sometimes the wisest response. What do you think about that, Larissa?
Yeah, I agree. Today I agree with this because I'm always a talker and not a listener. So today, even if you try to talk, um, sorry, the noise. Even if you try to talk with people about something, and if they don't understand what is your points, doesn't matter, you know. It's better you be in silence, and you have to wait, you know, the time of the person understand or not. But yeah. Silence, I agree with you. Silence sometimes the wisest response. I agree.
Exactly. I think in the point of social media, for example, or internet and all this stuff, I think it's very important to be silent and to just decide not discuss. I think people
Yeah.
have a lot of extremist opinions, and they aren't open to listen your point. So I
Yeah,
think it's better
sometimes I
to
think in response, but I don't want to respond.
exactly.
Okay.
I think it's just a waste of time. So yeah, keep going, move on.
You
That's
have the
okay.
habit to read comments too?
Yeah, unfortunately,
Me
yeah.
too. It sucks.
Exactly. And I get angry. Hungry. How can I say? I think
I think he's
I'm
angry.
angry. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Hungry is about phone. I'm sorry. I got angry about reading the comment and reading and understand the opinions, and I'm not on the discussion,
Yeah. Yeah.
So don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, sometimes it's important just to keep to move on, and it's important to not read the comments. I think it's really
Yeah,
important.
but I think it's good to read comments sometimes to understand how is people's mind,
Yeah.
because sometimes I think I am in my only word, my utopic word that everything is great. Everybody thinks great things about everybody. And when I read the comments, I see other words, and I feel bad, but I understand the society more, the things that
Yeah.
happen in society. I really understand more.
Yeah, I think the key actually is like to learn how to control your emotions and your reaction about these comments and these opinions. I think that's the key. Okay, it's not easy. And how about you, Eric? What do you think?
I'm agree, but I'm always think about my work environment. So we have a lot of discuss. I don't know how to say discussões.
Discussions?
Discussions. We disagree, and sometimes because of a behavior of somebody, it's better don't say nothing, even when I think that I'm right, because I see this is a not good mood, and I there's a lot of ego, so it's better in this moment, on this moment, not say anything. How I study and training people about feedback, I know a lot of don't say anything when you realize this or realize that. And about the comments on social media, I love to read to understand the people, but I always feel that I'm so smarter than them, so I don't have to participate of this discussion because it's really ridiculous. And I love to read comments about memes from another country, so they help me a lot. And but in the internet, in LinkedIn, yes, I can participate of discussions, but in social media, no. And I feel like people are losing their time with this, really, with, and I think this.
Nice. I love this. So, unfortunately, we have no time for one more question, but I would like to share here the link of the survey. That's an anonymous survey, so you can say what did you think about the immersion, and I don't know, suggest other topics that you want to talk about. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the conversation. It was as I said, a little different kind of immersion, but I love to discuss about that, and I hope you too. And I see you